Yeah, recording is
Awesome.
going now. So I'm just
Perfect.
going to change this to just have my headshot display.
Okay.
So at least there's something there instead of a black box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, 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 welcome.
Christine, can I ask you, where are you from?
I'm just south of Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay, for some reason I thought I had met you at one of the business meetings in Vancouver.
Yes,
Maybe
we did.
not.
You look familiar, and I'm going, I know you're from somewhere.
Yeah.
We lived in Vancouver. So when I was fired from my
Okay.
last job, I call it, if you're laid off, pink slip, downsized, it's just nice words for you're fired.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
my last job I was let go of when I was 61.
Oh, wow.
And I was in the Vancouver area at that time.
Okay. Did you go to the Langley, any of the Langley business
Yes,
groups?
yes.
Okay, so that's where I know you from. Yeah, the ladies group, right? The women's group, the
Mhm.
women's chapter, something like that.
Yeah, there was a women's chapter I went to. I also went to the chamber meetings for
Yes.
Langley and
And Surrey.
Surrey. Yeah,
Yep,
Langley
that's
and
where I
Surrey,
know you.
Coquitlam.
I knew you from somewhere. I knew I
Mhm.
knew you from there. But then when it showed that you're Mountain Time, I'm thinking, okay, why am I confused? So now I know.
So 10 years ago, my husband
Mm.
actually got headhunted by a company that was associated with the oil patch out here. And we were looking for sort of an exit strategy, and they offered him almost 100,000 a year. And so we went, okay, this is going to really backstop us really well.
Yes.
And we got out here, and the company paid for our move and everything. It was just fabulous. So it was definitely meant for us to move out here. And we were out here for 2 months, and they laid him off. You know that 90-day romancing rule we have in Canada?
Yes.
They can,
Yes.
if they don't figure that you're a good match in 90 days, they can just lay you off, and you don't have
Yes.
to pay you in lieu of it, anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So 3
he
months.
got laid off. And I think it was because, a lot of it was because, not because he was of his age, but he got over $1 million in business drummed up for this company, and they couldn't cope with it. And
You're
so they let
kidding.
him go. Yeah.
They couldn't keep up with it, or he
No,
was just too good.
they couldn't keep up with it. Well, hello, Jeannie.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, here we are in our 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm a frump. I don't think I have dementia. I should be able to get another job, and so should my husband. But
Mm-hmm.
you put out a
The,
myriad of resumes, and you get 4
yeah.
job interviews and one offer for $10 an hour, and we go,
Yeah. That's my issue too. It's either you're overqualified or no, you're too old, because competing against the younger generation.
yeah,
And then I decided, you know what, I'm right now, I keep telling everybody I got paid more 20 years ago than I'm getting paid now for my
yeah.
work. And I don't want to be in a cookie cutter 4x4 box with a teenager looking over my shoulder and telling me what I should and shouldn't do.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
That is so humiliating.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
man.
someone that doesn't know how to do the job, and they're telling you
And
how to do it.
they can't count on their fingers,
No, they
Mm.
can't. They
you
can't.
know? And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I can't have that kind of stupidity telling me what I
Yeah.
don't need to do. So I took a lesser job that I actually enjoy. I drive and I deliver. I
Mhm.
don't have anybody hanging over my shoulder.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I get minimum wage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah. We all know
so.
where that goes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
let me tell you a few statistics. If you haven't been listening to some of my videos I've been doing lately, I discovered that the average pension in Canada is $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
the average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Canada is over $2,000 a month.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so we need more subsidized housing, because it's all booked, it's all full, and you have to wait a year to a year and a half, 2 years to get into subsidized housing.
Yes.
So
But the subsidized housing, what they're doing right now is more for the homeless. That
yeah,
they're putting that out there. Like
yeah.
they ripped down the Tally Hole, they ripped down a bunch of other places, and it's
Oh
more for
my.
the homeless.
Ah,
But in all honesty, a lot of those homelesses, they're not um what they've been labeled to be, like drug addicts. They end up drug addicts because that's their fallback,
Yeah.
mhm,
you know, and a lot of them are there because the housing sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I was
mhm,
almost homeless 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I literally was a few days out of living out of my van.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Most seniors in Canada are one pension check away from being homeless.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a girlfriend of mine was in the bank, in her bank the other day, and she saw this older lady sitting in a chair outside the manager's office, and she was crying. And so she went and sat down beside her and said, are you okay? Can I help you? And the woman just burst out. She said, this is what my girlfriend told me. She said, this woman lives in her own house. It's all paid for. And she's way behind in hydro payments. And the house needs repairs. She needs fixing on her washing machine and her dryer. And all kinds of things need repairs. And she just doesn't have enough pension to go around to do
Yeah.
all of it, let
Mhm.
alone have a car. In Alberta, out here where we are in Kalmar, there's no transit. And
Really?
we have to hire a taxi that comes driving 15 miles out of Leduc and charges us about $120 round trip
Oh my
to pick us
God.
up,
Oh,
go take us in there and let us do our grocery shopping and then come back. There is a little grocery store here, but they charge twice as much for the
oh my
groceries out
God.
here as
Wow.
if you
Because
go into the
they
city.
know they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Anyway, so I'm telling you all of this stuff not because I want attention or anything, but it's
Mm.
made me so aware of a niche that we can help.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I found a program last September. I'm not techie. Yeah, you asked me to sit down and go from scratch to set up a funnel, an email funnel. I couldn't
Mhm.
do it. I couldn't do it a few months ago. And it would have taken me weeks to set it up. And I found what's referred to as the 6-figure blueprint.
Mm.
And now I'm just going to tell you a little bit of a run through of what's been happening to me so that you can relate to where I'm coming from. And I found this, it was like a miracle. I found all these tools, and they're all digital tools, all done, all ready to go. And I went, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I felt like I died and went to heaven. And they had all these training videos where I could just play a little bit, stop it, and do it on mine, play a little bit and stop it and do it on mine. I went through them
Mhm.
several times, and it took me a good 2 weeks to get set up. And right after I got set up, I got my first sale. And I went, oh, it works. It really works.
Nice.
And then because I wanted to learn how to use TikTok, and I'm scared to death of tech. Like, whoa, I've got
I
two
have
boys who are programmers.
I have an account and I have all these ideas, but I'm
Mhm.
thinking, okay, like how do I set up my camera? How do I do this?
Oh
You
my
know?
gosh. So anyway, they have training on this 6-figure blueprint program. And
Mm.
so I was able to learn how to do it, but I was so scared to have my face in front of
Mhm.
people on TikTok,
Oh,
right?
but you're beautiful. You've got
Oh,
no problems.
thank you. That headshot's about 5 or 6 years old, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
you still look the same.
oh, thank you.
You haven't changed.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
There you see me right there.
Yeah.
Giggle, giggle. Okay, so all for then I didn't make any sales from October, November, and December. And all during that time, I was trying to learn how to use TikTok, right? So what I read the entire terms of use for LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
Mhm.
And so I knew what the terms of engagement were. And I gradually got so that I was doing 1 video a day on TikTok, and then I got up to 2 videos a day, and then I got up to 3 videos a day, and then I got hacked.
Wow.
My Facebook got hacked, and I lost my Facebook, I lost my Instagram, I lost my TikTok because I was using Facebook to validate my Instagram and my TikTok. Never, ever, ever use Facebook to validate any of your other
Nope,
social
I'm
media.
not.
Okay.
Use your phone. Use your phone to
Mhm.
double authenticate, okay?
Yes.
Or
yes.
use an authenticator. The authenticators are good. I use those as well.
Mhm. That's what I
So
use.
yeah, so then I went, oh my gosh. And the community that we belong to through the Six Figure Blueprint, I discovered, are so supportive. They pulled right in. They supported me on my TikTok and followed my TikTok, and I got over 1,000 just in a matter of a couple of weeks. And I
Wow.
was able to start doing lives. And I was so anxious to do lives because then you feel like you've got all these people coming into this live room, and you feel like you're sitting in your living room and you're talking to all these people, right?
Mhm.
And they were sharing stories and they're asking questions. And I started getting sales again.
Wow.
People started buying and what all it is packages of digital products, right? And I'm
Mhm.
going there, and there's multiple streams of income. And I learned multiple streams of income from my parents because I grew up on a ranch, and I could see that we needed to have multiple streams of income because if one took a hit, then you had other ones to pull up
Mhm.
the slack, right?
Yeah.
And so I knew that was good, but the thing that was wrong with that is we had to literally run everywhere to do all the work ourselves.
Mhm.
But if we can get multiple streams of income on our computer, or we can just work at home. I am so happy
Yes.
every day that I get to be at home. I get to be at home. I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock and go to town
I
and get all
know. I
dressed up.
know.
It's like,
That's
oh,
what I'm working for.
yeah.
Or
Oh, man.
towards.
So, Ariane, what are you doing? Have you started doing have you been introduced to the Six Figure Blueprint yet?
Not at all. And I highlight all I have a folder
Mm-hmm.
in my inbox
Uh-huh.
just for you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And I keep dragging it, highlighting, and I just never get a chance to follow through with what I want to do. Because when
Oh,
I'm working, I get home, I'm tired and I just don't have the energy. And then the weekend, you're cramming all these different things that you have to do.
yeah.
But right now I'm on sick leave. I just had an operation, so surgery. So I'm on sick leave. I said, oh, webinar. Okay, that's my time to actually sit down and chat because I really need to fix my LinkedIn. I need to take advantage of it. And
Okay.
so I haven't had an opportunity to do anything with any of your works, but I've been very excited to finally do something.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to help you. And hi, Jeannie, by the way. I'm sorry we've been so busy talking here. It's good to have you with us too. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to be off to the races. This is one of my favorite things to do. And you can see this is one of my windows. When I'm working, I do my email on one search engine, which is Google, and I do my LinkedIn on Microsoft Edge. Okay. So I have two different search engines that I'm working with all the time. So I just got finished. What I wanted to do today is to actually show you how you can use Chat GPT to publish an article on LinkedIn, and also to review the 12 things to check on a profile.
Mm.
So many times I see profiles and I go, oh my gosh, I need to talk to these people, but I don't have time to talk to everybody. But then when they started doing these LinkedIn lives, I went, oh, this is so cool. So I do a LinkedIn live at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Mountain Time every Thursday.
Okay.
So if you want to come join us, you're welcome. And I don't charge for these times. I want to help people. So this is starting from my homepage. And so if you look at the homepage and you look at all the buttons, I got to move a bar out of the way here. So there's the home button, your network button, and that's where you can message people. And there's a jobs button, which I seldom ever use because you don't need to. Once you know how to use LinkedIn properly, you don't need it. And then there's the messaging button where you can see who's messaged you, who's checked your posts and what's happening there. And, or no, messaging, that's, you can respond to those people. Those people have responded to posts that you've done, right? This is the notifications. I want to show you this. I want to show you this. Look at these notifications. Now watch as I go down here. When they're blue, I haven't read them yet, right? So this is a group. These are groups. This is a group that I am managing and growing for somebody. This is my group. And this is one of the posts that has gone up for the 6-figure blueprint. And then these are people that I'm connected to that have done live events. But look at all the responses I'm getting and new posts on my group this week. Look at all those. I just about fell over when I saw that this morning. I went, oh my gosh, look at all that. So this is the thing that we want to work toward. We want to get to the point where people are noticing our posts and noticing our profile. Isn't that a lot? Like I went, oh my gosh. And that's what we need. We need to be seeing 10 to 20 contacts a day coming through our feed here in the notifications. So I'm going to connect on or click onto my Me tab and just go through the profile. So here's what we need to be checking. Number one, do they have a professional headshot? So this is another one of my headshots. This is actually a little older than the headshot with the purple jacket. And so your background banner needs to tell people about who you are right there. They need to see who you are. And so I am all about teaching people how to use multiple streams of income, passive residual income, so that you can wake up in the morning to a ding. Oh, I got a $600 payment in my PayPal. And this line right here, this is your name only. I put Marketing Mentress in here just to test it out, and they did let me put Marketing Mentress in there. My website is marketingmentress.com. If you want to check that out, that'll get you into the blueprint. And always have a professional headshot here. And so many times I see people, they have a picture of them holding their dog, or them and their spouse, or picture of them when they were a baby, or a picture of their favorite fancy car, or a waterfall, or, you know, that this is your personal profile. You have to have this be about you, right? And in order for it to be about you, you have to have a picture of you there. But it can't be too old. It has to still look like you. I went to a LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, sit down to breakfast networking meeting in Vancouver. And I had met this lady on LinkedIn. And she said, and in our chats back and forth, I discovered that we were both going to be attending the same breakfast meeting, networking meeting. And she said, oh, I'll see you there. And so I went and I looked around the room and I didn't see anybody that looked like her. Nobody. I went, oh my gosh, did I go to the wrong meeting? And after the meeting, this woman comes walking up to me. She says, hi, I'm so-and-so. We were going to meet here. And we met on LinkedIn. And I went, oh my gosh. She was like 20 years older than her picture. And she didn't look like herself at all. And I went, oh my God. And you don't dare say anything, right? So I let my shocked be sounding like it was great to meet her.
Wow.
And this little commentary here, this is you've got 220 characters to tell people about how you can help them. So it's not all about you. I see so many people put professional speaker, number one what do they call that when somebody gets to the top of the list for their sales for their book? Writer, #1 published book,
Mhm.
#1
Best
on Google.
bestseller.
Yeah,
bestseller.
bestseller. That's what I was trying to think of. And so here they are. And I don't care about that. I don't know about you, but we want to know what's in it for us, right? When you see somebody on LinkedIn, you want to be able to know right away. This is called a headline, actually, this and 220 characters in here. And you can bet your boots I use every bit of space I
Mhm.
possibly can. But I use Chat GPT to get this. Look at this. See the little emojis on the end? Chat GPT does that. And then you can list some of the things that you're open to. And you can add profile sections right here. So the next thing you want is the summary. You want to make sure that you hold their attention long enough that you stop their scroll and they want to check the about page. On some profiles it's called the about page, some profiles it's called the summary. And you just hit this see more and you read through the summary. Well, my summary does not talk about all the education I've had. I've dreamed of being able to retire and have financial freedom. I'm not talking about the mansions, the private jets, the fancy cars, and the yachts. I'm just talking about knowing what I don't have to worry about, that I don't have to worry about how we're going to make ends meet. Another one I want to add in here, I like to know that I can go grocery shopping without a calculator in my hand. So it has to speak to their heart and talk about some of the things that you're experiencing that your ideal customer would also be thinking. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Was that in the profile thing that you showed us a minute ago? The profile link at the top in the toolbar?
Yeah, you can add it here where you click on add a
Oh, a
section.
profile section.
Yeah. And you'll get all these different sections here. And I'll send you a copy of the recording here so that you'll be able to refer to it again. And so your summary needs to not talk like so much like a resume. It needs to get people dreaming. Because the
Mhm.
people on here don't all necessarily have jobs. A lot of them on here are people who are trying to build a business from home and they are lost, feeling kind of lost, right?
Mhm.
So that's the summary. Then you need to have your experience. And so I'm going to go into my experience here. And when you go into your experience, you notice that I don't necessarily say a lot about the name of the companies that I've worked for.
Mhm.
You notice that?
Yeah.
I try to put it into lay terms. Number one, I don't want to get the company in trouble because maybe I wasn't the perfect employee, but I want to make sure that. So one of the companies I worked for was a senior care organization where they provided caregivers to go into seniors' homes and help with bathing, cook meals, clean house, shovel snow off the driveway, take them to the doctor, take them to the hospital for special tests, all that kind of thing that the kids would normally do, but the kids are at work, right? And I just put senior care organization. I didn't put the name of the company. So I really strongly recommend that you don't put the name of the companies that you've worked for if you've got more than one company or one company. And then you
Yeah.
want to put,
I was
did
just
you have,
gonna ask you a quick question, because I know that's kind of like a work resume, but are you putting down companies that are relatable to your business or any company?
this is your education or your experience, and your experience is your experience. So I
Yeah.
try to pull the experience out that relates best to what I did, and
Okay.
so that it shows people how I can probably help them. Because
Okay.
so a lot of people don't put any comments down here in the description. And that description is really important to put some comments in there. And then I've got my education, which is your education. You can't change that, right? Your education is your education, but put a description in there. What did you study? Well, I should have put down in this one, I studied music as well. I got on, oh yeah, I did honors in music. Okay. And then licenses and certifications. This isn't really that important, but you can put it in there. It helps people have an idea about what you are capable of. But honors and awards is really important. People like to see where have I got my honors and awards here. You add them at different times. So I took a course at Trent College, several courses at Trent College, and got honors in my education. But I never put a number in there. I don't think that people really want to know that. But I think that they would enjoy knowing that I have a little bit of experience in business and accounting. And so I could probably help them with some ideas with their business management, right? Then we've got, I think I went past the volunteering. So yeah, here's the volunteering. People love to see that you've volunteered for something. So I've been very active in the past with the Arthritis Society, and very active with the Leduc Womanition Connect group, because I used to run just before COVID from 2015 to 2020, I ran the Womanation group, the women's networking group for business in Leduc, and really enjoyed that. It was lots of fun. And then I realized that I liked working from home better. I didn't like to take a whole day to go to a networking meeting. So I just love this, being able to work from home. It's like, I get to work from home. I don't have to get all I have to do is put on just a teeny bit of makeup so I look decent. And I can do videos and Zooms and have a great time. Now, I want to go through skills. This is really important. When I lived in Vancouver, I was coaching. I started coaching people because I realized that not very many people had LinkedIn and didn't know how to use LinkedIn. And I had learned how to use LinkedIn. My oldest son was using it to recruit, and he taught me how to use it. Then he recruited me to do his recruiting for him to help him hire programmers, because he heads up teams of programmers for a huge company down in the States. And so he taught me how all the different secrets of LinkedIn that you don't normally see or hear. Well, the one thing he didn't teach me about was skills. He didn't know much about skills. And I thought skills were totally bogus. And I saw that people were connecting with me on LinkedIn, and then right away they'd go and endorse me for a bunch of things. And I used to think, that is so bogus. Those are not worth the air that they're typed in. No, they're not there's no value to them at all. Do not ever endorse anybody, or for a skill, unless you at least have a virtual coffee with them and get to know them a little bit. Well, I got invited to a LinkedIn event. It was an all-day event. It was down by the White Sails there in Vancouver, the big conference center. And I was really excited. I thought, I'm going to meet some really good LinkedIn gurus here. And so and it was free to top it all off. So we were there for the day, and they talked about all the new things that were coming out with LinkedIn, and all the ins and outs of how to use them and why they have included or were including them in the program or in the platform. And then at the end, they said, would Christine Till please come up to the stage? We have a special award for you. Little old me, Christine Till. What are they calling me up for a special award? What did I do? I about fell off my chair. And so I went up to the stage, and I got up on the stage, and they said, this special award is for having the most endorsements of anyone in British Columbia.
Wow.
And I about fell off the stage then. And I was so embarrassed because there were people in that audience that were my clients. And I had been telling them how bogus endorsements were. And they told me why endorsements are so good. Endorsements are awesome because when you endorse somebody, what it does is it alerts the search engines in LinkedIn to show you to more people with similar skills. So they're acting like sort of like keywords, right? And you get shown to more people. And so in the back there, I'll show you in a minute where it's under the My Network button, where you see all these people that are listed and you can just click to connect with them. Those come because LinkedIn sees similarities or congruencies between your profile and these other people's profiles, and they figure you'd be a good match for each other. Well, these endorsements help do that. So I got my head hit with a virtual 2x4 at that meeting. So then the next thing, I better stay with my notes here, volunteering endorsements. And another thing that we can do is we can go in and recommend people. So once we've done some business with somebody, like I used to have a podcast show and I would invite people from different businesses to be guests on my show until one of my coaches said I should stop because I wasn't monetizing it and it was taking me too much time to edit everything. So I stopped doing it, but I would offer to have them do a spot on my podcast show. And so I would get to know them pretty good. So I would write a recommendation about them after I finished interviewing them. So now I've limited the recommendations that I give to people that I've actually had a little bit of interaction with and gotten to know better, maybe had done business with. And so these are ex-clients of mine that I wrote recommendations for. And people are really pleased when you write a recommendation for them. And it endears you to them forever. Like I've sent recommendations to people and they don't expect it, right? And you meet up with them by accident at some kind of a networking event and they come up to you, oh, thank you so much for the recommendation. Like they remember it. And it can be years after you first gave them the recommendation. Now, the next one is people also viewed. Let's see if I've gone past that already. So I've been published in some magazines, the Womanition magazines. And so I've got those listed in here. And there's extra courses that I've taken. There's my Artisan Board. We talked about that. So we're going to talk about where's people also viewed. Oh, it's probably up here somewhere. It's on the right side here. You see? These are the also views, and they're inviting you to connect with these people or people you may know. So this right side is something to really pay close attention to. And the more full a person's profile is, the more you can learn about them and understand to see if they might be a good fit for you.
It's funny, I've been ignoring those.
A lot of people do because they don't really understand how they are, how they work. So you want to check to see who else is viewing their profile as well. So you can see these people also viewed, but if you click into their profile and look on the right side, you can see who else has viewed their profile. And what have they published? And I went past that. It was way back here. I was showing you about the Womanition magazines that I was published in. I won't go back again. So here's something else that we can do to draw attention to ourselves. So this is an even older picture of me. This is my newest one. Anyway, always when you post, whatever you post on LinkedIn or any of your social media, it has to have a really good picture of some sort with it. And there's a program that I use, it's called Canva. And Canva is absolutely awesome. It's free, you don't have to pay for it. But if you want to get a little bit more fancy, like attach links to the pictures, you can get on a paid platform. And I think my paid platform is about $25 a month, something like that, in Canadian dollars. And I went with the paid platform because I use it so much. So this marketingmentress.com, when I first published it, I made this live because that's my website. And so pictures have to be what you're thinking all the time. Is you're thinking, how do I stop their scroll? How do I get them to stop and read what I've got here, right? So I've got a few, they all have pictures.
What? What?
Is your cat
What do you
talking to you?
Yeah, he's talking to me. He wants treats. Oh, no, no, stay off there.
Okay, so now I want to go into where we can do publishing here. So let's go into the home button. Oh, first let's go into the home button because we're going to run out of time here. So if you click here, you want to write an article. And you want to make sure that it goes to the right group, because these are business groups that I also have attached to my profile. So I very often will get questions from people about what they should put in their profile. And if you're going to talk about your business, you want to set up a company page. That's what they're called, is company pages. And then when I do my LinkedIn lives, I do them based out of the company pages, not out of my profile page. And the company page is where you do all the postings for your company. And if you have done your profile up right, you can put posts in your profile as well. So I use an auto posting platform called Sprout Social, and I've got the package that I've got. I'm really into digital products, guys. So the package I've got, I can attach 10 social media platforms to this one platform, and I can schedule posts to go out, and I schedule them to go out 6 weeks. So I've got calendars all around my desk here that go out 6 months. So I published an article today. It's the 15th of February. So then I'll schedule it through Sprout Social to go out on the 15th of March and the 15th of April and May and June and July. And because that's 6 months out from here, right? And it automatically becomes a different day of the week. And I just choose a different time of day so that we reach different audiences. And so remember when I first got on here, I think I talked about, or maybe I did that on a video today. When I started taking social media training back in 2011 to learn more about how to post on all different kinds of social media platforms, they told me that you need to post 3 to 5 times a day on all your social media platforms. I just talk about feeling overwhelmed. Does that make you feel overwhelmed? Yeah. I was spending 16 to 18 hours a day sitting on my computer to try and create posts to go out. So and they have to all be different, because if you got 3 posts going out on Facebook, they have to all be different. They can't be all the same one.
Oh.
Because you'll get sent to Facebook jail. And the same with LinkedIn. They all have to be different. But if I create one post at a time, and I schedule it through Sprout Social to have that same post go out through LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but can't go on TikTok. TikTok only wants video. All the ones that will take picture posts, I can get that post scheduled and repurpose it to go out 6 months. And then I can create one more post, and I can attach it to all these different platforms that will accept picture posts and put that out on another time of day, the same day. And gradually it automatically fills up your days. So you end up with 3 to 5 posts a day going out through all of your social media. Does that make sense?
So you're writing 3 or 5 different posts?
I'm doing 3 different
Oh.
posts, but
Oh.
they're like post number 1 is going through all my social media at say at 8 o'clock in the morning. Post number 2 is going through all my social media, maybe
Oh,
at
I
10
see.
o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in
Okay.
the afternoon, right?
Okay.
And another post, so I always, my goal is to create 3 posts a day, just 3. And because I'm using Sprout Social, it's an auto posting platform, and you can try it out for free for 30 days, or you can use Buffer, Buffer. That is a free platform, but you can only attach 3 social media platforms to it on the free.
But
And it'll only let you post out 10 days at a time. But to me, 10 days is way better than having to be on there every day posting, right?
Mhm.
So, but I think Sprout Social, of all the ones I've tried or been introduced to, I think Sprout Social is the best. I like it the best. So we're going to publish an article here, and we're going to click next. So this is the page that you come to, and you have to have a picture that you can upload from your computer that you've got saved. So quite often, I already have a picture that I can pull from my computer. I've got quite a few that I've made up already. And you put in your title, and then you write your article here. Well, I've been using ChatGPT to write my articles. How cool is that, eh?
I was going to ask you, how do you get creative enough to get 3 posts a day?
There's a hand from my mentor, our mentor in the 6-figure blueprint. Her name's Michelle, and I don't know, she is a miracle person, but she every day has training for us, right? And she gives us hooks. And there's video hook ideas that this is I don't know if you can see it. I've got this printed out, video hook ideas, and I got, where did that sheet, oh, here it is, it's over here on the other side of my computer. We got over 200 hooks I've got several pages here of hooks that I printed off from what Michelle has given us. And so I use different ones every day. It'll take me a year at least to go through all those hooks. And so they give you an idea of how to get started. So we're going to take one of these video hooks, and let's see, I'll pick one here. Let's do this one. Ever wondered how some parents manage to earn big while working less? I'm unveiling their strategies in our upcoming webinar. Okay. So let's write that down here. And we'll figure out the title afterwards. We'll see what ChatGPT comes up with. Oops. Come on, I don't want you to come that way. Okay.
sit still.
Okay. Did I have any spelling errors in here?
Nope.
No.
Okay, looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to copy this. And we'll see what ChatGPT comes up with, okay? So if I had it open here, yeah, here it is. It's open. So we're going to go into Google. So this is ChatGPT. I'm going to say rewrite. Okay, write an article. At a grade 8 level. Okay, now I'm going to paste in that little blurb. And we'll see what they come up with. Oh, look at this. It starts writing right away. Whoa, look at this. Hey there, have you ever thought about how some parents seem to make lots of money? Oh, this looks like it's going to be good. Okay, let's copy this and we'll paste it in where we had the other little blurb. Okay, let's read through this because you always have to read through. Because one time I did it, I was writing an article about a fuel additive, and ChatGPT changed it all around to a supplement you need to take before you work out. So you have to read through them because ChatGPT isn't perfect all the time. Have you ever thought about how parents seem to make lots of money without working long hours? It can be pretty amazing, right? Well, guess what? I'm going to spill the beans on their secrets in our upcoming webinar. You might be wondering, how do they do it? Well, wonder no more. In our webinar, we'll uncover the strategies these smart parents use to earn big bucks while still having plenty of time for their families. So mark your calendars and get ready to learn some super cool tips and tricks. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. See you there. Now I'm going to put into into the school that we have. And whoops, that's mine. I'm going to cancel this. So here's our webinar that's coming up. And we'll invite them to come with the link. And what you can do on when you're writing articles, see this little chain link up here?
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to move this down and I'm going to put here, highlight that and click this little chain link. And now a box opens up so I can paste that big long Zoom link in here. So if people want to come and join, they can join right here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to put starts at, I think it starts at noon tomorrow. More emphasis on what I'm writing. I quite often will one-line paragraphs.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I'll go down here and I sign it, cheering your success. Jean. Now, something else I always add is these live links. I'm going to go into one of these windows here, has live links in it. There we go. So I'll pull up one of my other articles that I've already published, and I'll just go in and copy the live links that I have at the bottom they're for YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. So I'll copy those and I'll go back over into the one I'm working on here. Come on. Oops. There we go. Paste it in. So there we have it. We have a little article written. So what should we call this? Any ideas?
Which one is that for? Tomorrow?
This is for tomorrow. Yep. So
That's stuff village, right? That's big stuff.
So tomorrow's is, which one is it that she's showing?
it's a free info session.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right, for anybody.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to
just
remember
put,
what she
just
did.
put free info session. Can you put that on there? And
No, but you wanted a hook.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
have a bit of a
That
hook
hook.
that goes with it, right? Let's see, what is she calling it?
I think it's,
Announcing our next free.
She's not got anything really here.
No,
how about parents making it big on low income?
Oh,
Something
I like that. That's great. Let's try that. Cool, I'm putting an exclamation mark. Okay, now let's see if we can find a picture.
So that's actually what she's going to be talking about in that webinar?
Yeah, basically, because
Okay.
she was a single mom and had 6 kids, had no help from him, her ex,
Mhm.
and she was working full time and she was just getting burnt out and was looking for a way to build enough income on the side so that she could stay home and get to know her kids and spend time with her kids.
Mhm.
And she has made in her first year, she made over $700,000 doing this system.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. When you work it up to getting paid $600 a day, that's over 200,000 a year.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's find a picture that will be good here. I'm gonna go into my Dropbox and we'll go to my Marketing Mentress site. And we're gonna go into my IPS site. I have files on my files,
Mhm.
but that's the only way I can stay organized.
I'm
And
like
so,
that too.
yeah, you need to have it organized. Okay. We could have tips for success. We could have 10 things nobody will tell you. $1,000.
What's that one with all the money?
With the one with all the cash?
Yeah,
Discover how to, yeah, that's a good one. Discover how
because
to make $100 to $300 a day. Do you like
yeah,
that?
does it have that writing on it though?
Yeah. Discover the system that will make you 100 to 300 USD a day.
Does that go with the webinar?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was thinking of something with money because the idea of the webinar is making money.
Yeah. Oh, I better put a capital M in here so it reads better. So you can put your website in there. So we've got it all done. We've read through it. We've got the links connected. Okay, so now we want to publish it, right? It's funny, I couldn't find a picture of Canadian dollars, but most everybody knows the US dollar anyway.
Mhm.
So I'm going to click next. And now in here, they want us to say something to our network, what your article is about, and add hashtags to help people find it. All right, so there's 2 different types of search engines you're thinking of here. The hashtag search engines and the keyword search engines. They're very similar, but the hashtag search engines are the ones that pertain more to you as an individual business person. So for instance, my hashtags would be, I got a favorite one that ChatGPT gave me, and it's called pension booster, hashtag pension booster. And another one that it gave me was income supplements and retirement side hustle. It gave me some awesome ones. Another one is work from anywhere. So I usually pick 3 and put them on. But right now, we've got to figure out what we're going to do for our blurb. So
You've already got that parents making it big on low income down below, so.
how to make daily pay
Mhm.
working 2 hours a day. Okay, now we'll do the hashtag. Hashtag pension booster. Hashtag. Let's do hashtag daily pay. Oops, one space. Hashtag income supplement. So that shows you that we're using hashtags that are more relatable to what we are doing, right? So I
Mhm.
wouldn't put something in there like famous author as a hashtag
Mhm.
because it wouldn't fit with the business, right?
Right.
So now what we want is we want to get the URL. So I'm going to copy this, and in order to don't have to reinvent the wheel, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go into through a different window here. I'll go through this window into my groups so that I can start a post. And let's go into, let's see, this is startup. Hello, did somebody leave? Okay, so I'm
No.
going to put in,
No.
so we'll put that in there and we'll just hold that there because we're going to go into finish publishing here. So you scroll up and click on the publish button. And what I'm showing you is how to repurpose your articles here. So you want the link. So you're going to click on get the link to this article. And then you're going to go back up. Come on. That black bar keeps getting in the way. Okay, so now I'm going to put the link up here. You see what I'm doing?
Mhm.
So look at that. It automatically reads it and pulls up
Okay.
the picture, right? That's what you want. You want the people to see the picture. So parents making it big on low income, hopefully that's going to stop the scroll for a lot of people.
Mhm.
So I can click post because this has gone into the group. But before I post it, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to copy everything that's up here. Right click, copy, and now I'm going to post this in this group. Now I can take that post, moving pictures around here, and I can go back into my groups, my LinkedIn groups. I've got to go through the hashtag window here. So I'm going to go back into the groups. Now I can start posting throughout all my groups. So I've already posted something before I ever got on the call with you guys in this group. So I'm going to go to the next group. And this is home-based business. So you click as you're going to start a post, right click and paste, or do a control V. Control V will also bring it. Look at it, brings the picture up automatically. And you just click on post. So now you've posted this in the group. See how it shows up? It shows up nicely,
Mhm.
doesn't it? So now you go down and this gal is really good. If you get a chance to listen to her videos, she's really good. And just scroll down and like a few of them so that they don't feel like you're just going blah, blah, here's my stuff, blah, blah. They want to
Right.
feel like you're noticing them a little bit too, right? So every time I post, I go down 3 to 5 times and like other posts that are in the group. And then I'll go back, hit the back arrow up here, takes you back into your list of your groups that you're in. And here's startup specialists. Let's try that. This will be good for that. And right click, paste it in again. So you do this and post it throughout all your groups. This is how you repurpose your articles. Because it takes time to create your articles, right? And if you can use ChatGPT, I call it my cheater system. Use ChatGPT and then you can write all these articles.
And where do you get the chat GPT?
You just
Is
go
that in
chat,
LinkedIn?
just type in chatgpt.com and sign up. It's free.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
It's
have to
not part
download
of
it
LinkedIn.
first.
Yeah, you download it. Just type
Okay.
in the search bar, Chat GPT.
Okay, so.
So you see how
download.
it's in a separate browser window here. I just
Okay,
went into I save it in my favorites after I got all set up. See, it's up here in my favorites.
okay, download it.
Yeah.
Download
And so I've
photo.
got it. I only use Chat GPT on my Google search engine. And I just copy what I've created in this side, and then I'll go and paste it into my LinkedIn on the other side, because I don't want my LinkedIn search engine to get confused and start pulling it up at random.
Mm.
Does that
Oh,
make sense?
Mhm.
okay.
Okay. So I've covered a lot of stuff today. I'm going to have to send you the link.
So you have
After-
lots of groups, but I don't have any groups, I don't think. So
Well,
it'll just be posted one.
yeah.
place.
So think about who your ideal customer is. Who is it
Mhm.
you want to reach and talk to and help? Who is it you
Yeah.
want to,
Probably writers at the moment, right now.
yeah. And so what age group, what kind of genre would they be?
Well, basically anybody. My most popular ones have been self-help.
Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to hit the back arrow here. And let's go into go scroll down to the bottom. And see here where it says search. You click
Mhm.
on search. And so we want to look for authors.
Okay, there's creative writing and authors. Yeah.
And look what it's got here. The thing is, you want to look for groups that have 3,000 or more members, because
Okay.
you need inventory. And the groups are the biggest kept secret on the net. So you want to make sure that you find all different authors groups.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a client right now. Hi, Richard. I'm just finishing up my LinkedIn Live. I'll be right with you, okay? I'll just hang on. So that's all we have time for today.
Okay, you said over 3,000 clients, you said?
Over 3,000 members in a group. Make
Members.
sure your groups that
Okay.
you join have more than 3,000 members.
Will do. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I have so much fun doing this. I never thought I'd ever like doing techie stuff. But I've learned it, and now I want to share it with people and help as many people as I can be able to. You could, I've been mainly using LinkedIn. I hardly know anything about Facebook and Instagram. And I had those platforms stolen from me the end of November. I haven't even bothered getting them back again. I tried in the beginning, but they.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to get Facebook back.
So I switched all my marketing over to LinkedIn and Pinterest and YouTube and TikTok.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
I'll have some work to do.
Christine.
Well, thank
All
you
right.
guys for coming. I really enjoyed your company.
Thank you, Christine. We'll
Okay.
see you next week.
You betcha.
Okay, great.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.